Is crossplay still looked at as a positive these days?
It should be, but I mean, sweaty online gamers say it's not because console gamers complain that PC gamers all have cheats. PC gamers complain that console gamers have aimbot with aim assist.
It's only really the shooter demographic. So.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it's
problem
only
is the shooter
the shooter.
demographic is like the main demographic.
Yeah, even in GT it was.
I guess.
COD has kind of transcended like all other video games. Everyone knows what COD is, even if they don't play video games.
I watched the campaign of Black Ops 6 and I think it looks okay, but if you like go back like a decade or so, look at the campaigns of COD back then and look at this, it's like 3 different kinds of games smashed into one.
This does bring up a pretty interesting topic. I do remember actually seeing a video a couple of weeks ago that was someone was talking about the Cold War campaign, and they were saying how they quite liked it, but they were saying that like the campaign is trapped inside of Call of Duty. It was obvious that Treyarch wanted to try and do some things, but because it's Call of Duty, they kind of had to restrain themselves on some of those things, and maybe weren't able to get out the full idea that they wanted to.
Kind of feel the same from what I've seen with Black Ops 6 as well.
Yeah.
It has some of those open world missions, it has the espionage stuff, it has moments where you can do stuff quietly or do loud. And it also has some of the batshit crazy stuff from Black Ops 3, but it kind of feels like that they find the way that it doesn't look as awkward as it was in 3.
It's set in the Gulf War, isn't it? When was that again? That's like the 90s, right? The whole sort of like existing wars and conspiracy themes that like Black Ops has thrived on. I feel like does allow them to do stuff like that, unlike Black Ops 3, where it was like it was so disjointed from everything. When it started falling apart, there was no real rationale to it falling apart. And it was like, okay, I don't know what's going on here anymore. The only real cool thing they did with Black Ops 3's campaign was they basically allowed you to play through it in a different order and with zombies. That was a pretty cool touch.
Yeah.
Not that the zombie story really had any meaning to it. Not that I know of anyways. It seemed like just more rambling.
To be honest, zombie storyline in general is insane.
It was separate to the zombies lore, I think.
Yeah, I know. I was
like,
meaning like in general.
Yeah,
anything to do with zombies is insane lore.
Yeah, the standard COD zombies lore. I mean, it went off the rails, yeah.
I don't know how people even piece it together. It's like
I don't know, yeah.
It's not like the maps give you anything.
No, Jason Blundell was on some shit when he came up with that.
Well, considering the original World at War's Pack-a-Punch weapons have a lot of weed names, yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah.
I think back then that might have just been more leaning into edgy internet humor, but at the same time, could be.
Oh, the FG420, ho ho ho.
Or the map in Black Ops 1, I think, where you can literally hear the Hubs theme song. Hey, can you help us? We are trapped here. And then the theme song plays, and then oh.
Oh yeah, because like the old crew somehow end up there and they get stuck in that room. Yeah.
I'm gonna move away from story for now, but speed runs of zombies, genuinely speed running, getting to like round 200. I get it, but it's a hobby. I'm not gonna say that it's wrong or anything, but like Jesus Christ.
Does the gameplay even hold up to that level?
Can play that high, and you can play that high pretty fast. Like the classic zombies gameplay of, actually shooting the dudes, beyond getting points, you don't really play it. You just run around, train the zombies up into a conga line, activate a trap, and kill them instantly, and then repeat.
One of the games that I actually ended up playing a lot in this year, Payday 2, has a very active modding scene, and they turned a few maps into actually functioning Call of Duty Zombies mod, as well as making some unique maps as well. And with many of those maps, it's kind of the same problems of you just kind of end up running out of things to do.
Yeah. I mean, that is the innate problem of something being endless, is nothing can truly be endless. You kind of reach a point where it's like, I have achieved everything I want to achieve, so now playing this is kind of meaningless.
That's kind of how I feel about Assetto Corsa these days.
You know what you can do in Assetto Corsa? Look in Steam, get all the achievements for it.
I play Payday 2, I know how useless achievements, sir.
Oh, that's something
yeah.
to do. I mean,
Payday 2.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like-
you're not wrong. Yeah, they are something to
look,
do.
actually, there are some cool achievements, like beating 130 at Monster Historical with the Lotus 49.
Yeah, but they
I mean, I
don't
think-
unlock anything. At least with Payday
No.
2, I guess
Something to do.
something unlocked with it. Let it be just a useless mask or something.
I'm a bit different. Like, if I enjoy a game, any excuse to play it is good, even if it's like some worthless internet point. I'm gonna do
Rushing
it.
at top speed in AC. Yay, my first achievement.
I actually do have one game in mind where I want to aim for getting the 100%, but I'm totally fine if I'm not gonna get that, and that's the original version of Skyrim.
Say, God forbid you say Payday 2, because that game has like 7 million achievements.
You can't even achieve all of them because they are locked to multiplayer. I haven't done a
yeah.
single map on multiplayer ever since I picked up the game in November.
I
I
will go for the Dirt Rally 100% achievements in a few days, but I actually can't get it. I can get 99% because EA said when they acquired Codemasters, they said they would shut down the servers in like 2022 or so. They're still up for the original Dirt Rally.
probably just use the same old rubbish in EA.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I can only get 99% because there is a secret achievement, which is the bane of my existence. I don't know why this is an achievement. I've signed the Dirt Charter, played Dirt Rally during early access. Why? And it's the only secret achievement. If you scroll down on Steam, it's the only secret one. Yeah, I should have been there, huh? Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? I should have wasted my money in an early access game. Yeah.
What do you guys think is the worst? Having a secret achievement you cannot unlock, or having a game where every achievement is way too easy to get?
No, it's gonna be one of those games, huh?
The first one. Because the latter, who cares if the game is fun?
It reminds me of like Gmod has that one achievement where it's like play on a server with Gary.
Yeah, what happens when Gary dies?
Like, but I think the funny thing is he got the achievement himself, like recently, apparently. 'Cause he technically couldn't get the achievement.
The reason I mentioned that I want to 100% Skyrim, that is the old version of Skyrim, like the Legendary Edition. So I kinda want that to be a reason to upgrade. So once I like 100% Skyrim, I can delete Skyrim from that solid state drive, get a 4 terabyte SSD, replace the old SSD, and that is like a fresh start or something. And then do the same thing with the newer Skyrim, I guess. But also, there's another game that, or rather, game series that I bought, I think, last year, and it's one of those cases where it's just by finishing the game on both sides of the campaign, I think I would get all of the achievements, and it's like I only completed with the achievements one game so far, and that's Trail Out.
Let's kick some ass!
Because it was a game where it's easy to get the achievements. If I get a next game to 100%, I would rather have Skyrim than
I mean, look, you enjoy those games? I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. There's
It kind of
worse.
reminds me when I tried to get all the achievements for Halo when that came out on Steam.
Oh,
It's like it's like 1,000 achievements or
I
something.
think I remember you were telling me about how you were trying to do that with like a bunch of friends.
We still never did it. We got halfway through Reach, I think.
I just love how half of the voice chat went ooh once I dropped the name of the game. It's a decent
still
game, I
like-
don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say there's worse. You could have dropped like. Actually, I can't say that. See, here's the thing. It also concerns trophies and platinums and stuff. Like, well, I can't get this platinum anymore. Well, I mean, who cares, right? You know, in regards to, for example, achievement tracking sites, which are, I mean, people care. If you have a game with an unobtainable platinum, but you enjoy it, I mean, you should still play through it and do the most you can because you like the game. And besides, say on Black Ops 2, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't get the League trophy anymore on that game. Say you got like 99% of the trophies. I mean, you obviously could have gone for the platinum, but it's just that one trophy is missing. So, like, who cares, right? I would count that as a platinum in my book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't get the shiny trinket, so it
Ooh,
doesn't.
you don't get the shiny
Like-
internet points, but like I would count it. with Gran Turismo 5 as well, you have to share a course made on the course maker in a site that doesn't exist anymore. It's so
Saints Row
stupid.
has that as well, actually. I think it's Saints Row 4 has one for you to share upload one of your characters to the My Steelport website, but that's
You
been
can't get
dead
it.
for like years now.
Ages.
You have to use like a local site, like you can still use it kind of, but you have to use like a local site emulator to be able to use its functionality in the game to like import and export characters.
I think I know an actually worse case, and that is getting all of the achievements for a game and then losing progress. Army of Two: The Devil's Cartel on Xbox 360. That's a game where you can get all of the achievements, and the hardest one was being able to play one mission in co-op because I have no one to play it with. So
Real.
that game is kind of mid, but I kind of enjoyed it. At one point in one of the missions that I replayed, literally just froze the console, and I've lost the entire progression that I had in the game. It's like you would restart from scratch, and it's like I cannot be bothered. I wouldn't redo the 100% for that. That game is the reason why, at least for console games, I don't really care about achievements. I mean, with PC, it's really only Steam. I would occasionally look at it and be like, that might be an achievement that I can go for.
Yeah, I never really looked at achievements much until Steam came around. Like PS3, I did a bit. It seemed like it was bigger on Xbox.
You had the gamer
So
score. It would track it for every single game, like how many of them you unlocked, how much score did you get so far for every single game, and you also could use the points to unlock customization for your Xbox character.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
PlayStation didn't do any of that really. I remember.
Pick
Yeah.
man for your avatar.
Which I think is a lot healthier in
I don't
general.
know.
I
I
just
like the
getting
way it
achievements.
is now, but like
Yeah.
back then, I didn't care or even check. Now I kind of
Yeah.
do, but it's mostly just because of Steam.
I think what was also happening is that there were channels like achievement hunters dedicate time to make videos to get into all of the achievements.
Crazy how they began to where they ended up. They started out doing achievements, and then
Yeah,
they
and then
when it just went to being friends playing games. Really,
Probably one of the biggest gaming channels on YouTube for a while, I think.
they kind of went away from doing guides and walkthroughs. And
They fell off hard, and so did Rooster Teeth, and well, now they're dead. So
Don't mention the Rooster Teeth name, I will be sad. But something else I wanted to touch on is people getting achievements purely for the internet points.
people are always gonna try and do things to brag.
Yeah, but what's the point when I check your profile and half your library is just shovelware?
But I have 10,000 gamer score. I've got some games on Steam that do that, so you could have like your you could fill up your achievement showcase of like random ass letters.
There's still a shovelware on console that has a ton of achievements or trophies. Yeah, you have 1,000 platinums, but 600 of those are just nothing. So what's the point?
One of those games, huh?
I think the easiest platinum I ever got in any PlayStation game was from the
That's fine.
2016 Need for Speed. Because I think you just get that for beating the game. You just get a platinum trophy.
I think my easiest platinum is definitely GT6 because it actually has no online trophies, funnily enough. And the GT6 is piss easy.
It's kind of surprising given how big the multiplayer was for GT6, right?
It was
Eh.
GT5 Plus, really. Like you could have put an achievement to like host a remote race with your B-Spec Bobs or do anything interesting. No, course maker. Totally funny moment.
Hey, you gotta
Oh.
peddle your fancy new feature.
Yeah, which then came back for one more game where they massively upgraded it. Genuinely, I've spent probably more time in the course maker in GT6 on the tablet app than on the game itself.
My first platinum was Need for Speed. My second one was when I 100%ed Tekken 8. dude.
Tekken 8, my condolences.
On PS5.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I'm assuming there are many online trophies for that.
It's only a
No, it's
couple.
pretty easy to get, honestly.
But yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
are pretty dumb easy. Like I had,
Oh.
I have most of the achievements on Tekken 7 on Steam, and I barely played that game.
I think
No,
there
they would
are
never do that.
achievements for getting all the ranks, but they count the offline progression as well. You have like a separate offline and online progression. And you
No,
can
but
get
for
the
the
highest-
achievements, the achievements only count the online ones. But it only goes up to like Brawler, I think, or something.
That's
Oh, the No, it counts
And
offline. It counts
both,
offline.
yeah, because I've got like up to, yeah, I've got like all of them up to like wherever I am offline, and I am nowhere near that offline, obviously. I'm not getting to that rank on skill, even if I put the time in to commit into the misery that is ranked.
Honestly, my life is so much better after leaving ranked online games. Getting banned from CS:GO was just what set my life on the right
How
track.
did you get that?
Maybe cheating, that's why.
Yeah, back ban.
I downloaded CS2 thinking, I still have a bunch of CSGO cases. Let me see how much they worth if I sell them. Oh, I got 16 euro from that. Alright, so how tolerable is CS2? Can I get a case every week? Answer is no.
People clowned on Overwatch 2's launch, but I honestly almost feel like CS2 was worse.
It was,
Yeah.
but Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 2.
That's not to defend Overwatch 2. Basically,
Yeah.
every change Overwatch 2 made was for the worse, and that game is a steaming pile of shit, but it was kind of expected from Blizzard. I was kind of expecting a bit better from Valve, and they went and pulled one of the shittiest moves that we've seen in recent years in terms of video game releases.
Like, you could just have left CS:GO up, but they weren't prepared for the original. I don't know if you guys remember the Source and CS:GO divide from when CS:GO released. People were like, "Wow, this is shit," and went back to Source. And
The
Valve's
divide
like,
between
"No,
1.6
please come try our new game, please." Okay, we'll actually make it good, and then they made it good, and then people played it.